People will look at me like, oh, you're insane, and go back to your country, and you have a big head, and I regret doing this already. You ever heard of the saying, fuck around to find out? You know, where you look at the x-axis, you see like fuck around, and on the y-axis, it's find out, to which it's a linear relationship, one-to-one, where the more you fuck around, the more you find out. Today, I'm making bordelaise, and I did just that. I fucked around to find out. I put a bunch of random stuff that you would say, oh, that's bastardizing it, and it makes the French people angry. So, just a quick recap. You did see, you want to make your mirepoix. Carrots, onions, and celery. The other two vegetables is leek and garlic, because I can't be fuck peeling all this. I'm going to try and put it in a container, and then, like, if it don't, then those weird hacks online are bullshit. Okay, it's a lie. Yep, not a single one of them peeled. Okay, let's do this by hand. This is illegal, but basically it's lard, smoked and infused with a bit of garlic. But yeah, I got from Picanha that I bought the other day. Peppercorns. A tablespoon of salt to begin with. Tomato paste. You know, you want your $8 Bordeaux wine. Just put that all in a pot, let that reduce. And then, as you can see in the background, or if you watch part one, I separated some of the mirepoix and put it into a smaller pot so I could, you know, fuck around and find out. Oh, Alan, you haven't gotten to the point where you fucked around, or quote unquote. Is it even worth watching? Yeah, it is. So please keep watching. Difference is, one, I smoked the bones and the bone marrow. I smoked it for about 2 hours using, I think it was cherry wood. Let's see. Hey, that looks alright actually, not gonna lie. You know, kind of still smells a bit bony, you know, dead things, grim. I think I'm just gonna leave the bone marrow out. Let these cool off. Once they solidify, they'll be good. And then I baked the bones again a little bit longer just because they weren't that brown. I just wanted that smoky flavor. We're gonna put these in the fridge. Just gonna leave it overnight. Okay, so they look kind of black, but like, don't worry, it's not actually burnt. It's just like, because I smoked it beforehand and then roasted it for half an hour. So yeah, we're gonna use these. There's 3 fuck arounds with this. Now, second one, I think the French might like a little bit more. I added the porcini mushrooms, you know, the nature's stock cube. I try to add more glutamate, so like natural sources of MSG. Add it to the stew. I was watching this guy, this French dude named Alex. He does food stuff, and he was explaining how French or like brown stock has like the concentration of all the flavors you want in food, with the exception of 2, and that's like heavily dictated by glutamates. And these glutamates can be prescribed by mushrooms and bonito, which is the foundation of dashi, Japanese stock. Well, you might think, oh, I'm bastardizing the recipe, if I were to even consider it. Because I'm kind of screwing around, I don't want to put too much in, because it can be quite strong. Just about like a fistful. It looks about right. I reckon that's gonna be pretty good. I'm gonna let this stew overnight, and a bunch of parsley. The only difference is I put smoked stuff in, so smoked bones, and the mushrooms, and the bonito flakes. Now, people are gonna look at me like, oh, you're insane, and go back to your country, you gook, and you have a big head, and let's just do this. Bring this to a boil, lower the heat, and simmer it overnight. Afterwards, we're gonna reduce the stock tomorrow. Also, it's gonna smell the house. You ventilate your house when you do this. Boil it for 12 hours. Now, so once you boil it overnight, you wanna let it cool, strain it all out. Now, when you strain it, and to put it into different containers, make sure you use cheesecloth. Now, you put that in the fridge. Once it cools down, you should be able to take the fat off the top of it. You made the stock, you strained it, you got all that done and dusted. That's the hard part done. Now, the next part, you've seen before, or you should have seen it. If you haven't, go watch part 1. So you mince your shallots, cook in a bit of butter, thyme, bay leaves, reduce some red wine. When you pour the wine in and it's nice and bubbly and evaporating, give it a light. So once it reduces just maybe like a tiny bit more, it'll be good. Once you reduce that, pour in your strained, smoked, special fuck around stock that makes you banned from France. Look at this. It's nice and thick and, you know, that sort of thing. So you're just gonna strain it. So this is the smoked bone marrow. Now obviously I'm smoking bone marrow, which I don't know if the French would like. So you're gonna want to let it heat up and dissolve. Now going with the theme of smoking stuff, I bought some picanha. I smoked that for about an hour until the inside was about 50, 52 degrees, nice and medium rare. I didn't want to sear it, it was a bit too done. Let's see if it goes well. Oh, okay, not too bad. It looks much nicer because I used this for a thumbnail. So yeah, if you do try, you can make it look nice. All you need is like a piece of parsley leaf and just like put it all on top. Yeah, actually not. It is better than the non-smoked one. Basically, you can taste like how rich smokiness, actually not as much as I hoped. But I think the mushrooms and the bonito flakes kind of make it a bit more unctuous. Or some shit like that. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know many adjectives, but that's about it. Please subscribe. I'm no French guy. I'm no fancy cook. I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm winging it, but I promise it does turn out all right.